I've been hearing a lot about dismantling systems and destroying institutions founded on racism and genocide. Well, it's far easier to destroy than it is to build. Think for a moment about a house. If you wanted to build a house from scratch, what would that take? The civil engineering, the electrical work, the framing, all of that. It is a process. It's very difficult to build a house. How hard would it be to tear it down? Now, this is a metaphor, but let's apply this now to society and institutions in society. I am all for reform and fixing systems that are broken, deeply flawed from the get-go, all that stuff. We need to reform things. There are a lot of things that need to be fixed, but we need to fix the boat that we're in or build a better boat before we sink the boat that we're on. Our systems are deeply flawed. And I'm aware of Steven Pinker's work, and I am impressed by how far we've come and how comfortable 21st century society really is. But as Eric Weinstein said, we are gods now but for the wisdom. We have created so many amazing things, but we are struggling right now. Human beings have never been more comfortable and never been more uncomfortable in terms of depression and anxiety and suicide and mass shootings and overdoses on drugs. Those have never been higher in human history, yet our comfort has never been higher as well. The concept of being critical of something, the dismantling systems and everything like that, comes from a lot of different branches in academia, critical race theory, gender studies, and things like that. James Lindsay, Peter Boghossian, and Helen Pluckrose, in the matter of 10 months, were able to do an entire career's worth of critical race theory, gender studies, and queer studies, academic work, and publications. It is so easy to be critical. It is so easy to point out the flaws in a house, and it's very difficult to fix them. It's very difficult to build the house. Everything has flaws. Think for a moment, which one is more difficult? To create a movie or to be a film critic? To write a book or be a literary critic? So the critical race studies, being critical of society, is just far easier. And we see now how you can point out flaws in society left and right. There are flaws everywhere. We are deeply flawed, but we are also doing quite well too. If we are going to change these systems, I want to think about two important aspects. One is a Hippocrates quote about your willingness to give up what got you here in the first place. The truth is that colonization has led to this extreme comfort. Because of the Western world and colonization, we have low infant mortality. We have heat in the winters. We have starvation almost down to zero. We have Wi-Fi. We have all of these creature comforts. And we also have made pathways for individuals who are not at the top of the socioeconomic structure or the top of the society hierarchy to have a path up there by making YouTube videos and things like that. So if you want to get rid of the systems that colonization has created, you have to be willing to give up all of those creature comforts. You have to be willing to give up all of those luxuries. We voluntarily gave up the responsibility that comes from living a comfortable life. It is very difficult to live a comfortable life, but now it's not, because you can just go on Amazon and order something to your house as opposed to going out and making it yourself or even going to the store. So if you are going to use all of the resources that colonization and these institutions that are so evil have given you, then you might be able to create something new. But if you're going to use what all of these evil institutions have created and then say that we need to get rid of those, I think we're headed for a very dangerous road. And I also want to focus on the Theodore Roosevelt quote. The idea that there is no better privilege than to work hard at work worth doing. This is going to be hard work to change these systems. Just reforming systems is going to be very, very difficult, let alone dismantling them and building something new. It took thousands and thousands of years to get to where we are now, and it could take a few years to destroy it all. There is a real arrogance if you think you could do society better than what we have now. Making small tweaks can have massive positive ripple effects. And I think focusing on that as opposed to dismantling systems and burning it all down is absolutely the right path. But it's going to take work just to make the small changes. It's going to take unbelievable amounts of work. And I'm here as a school teacher to try and motivate you to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty to go out and try and make these changes. But if you think you can rebuild an entire society better, I think you are sorely mistaken. Now is the time to get on it. Start hustling, gaining skills, and going out and fixing the problems that need to get fixed. Let's focus on that, and let's not focus on tearing everything down. It's too dangerous of a concept. We can't play around in that.